Hello and welcome to another episode of Parent Solution. And we have here with us Miss Abigail Wald, and she herself is mother of two teenagers, 16 and 14, and she's going to share five awesome things to know about teenagers. Welcome, Abigail. Over
Thank
to
you so
you.
much. Thank you. Over here at motherflippingawesome.com, we like to help parents make your lives more awesome. And today I'm going to share with you five awesome things to know about teenagers that will help you as you go through this turbulent and wonderful and amazing and beautiful and really hard time. Okay, so let's talk about it. So number one, here's one awesome thing to know about teenagers. They are meant to push back. This is actually the time. And one of the ways I like to think about this is, as your baby is getting larger, if you did carry your baby physically, one of the things to know about babies is as they are getting ready to be born, they are pushing, they are kicking into those walls. And so if you think about this time as a time that your child is doing the same thing metaphorically, they are pushing, they want to feel those boundaries, they want to feel that outside. And so they are meant to do this. This is them getting strong. And you can also look at this as like that way of, if you cut open a cocoon, then the butterfly can never fly, because that's actually that pushing is what's creating the strength. So when they are pushing back, don't think, oh, they don't love me, or this is wrong, or this is bad. This is them building those muscles. Okay. Let them push. Another thing is let them fail. All right.
Wow.
Don't protect them. If you catch them at every turn, they won't learn. And then they will push harder and jump off of a higher cliff every time until they feel the splat. You want them to feel the splat of their choices, because that is how they learn. And if you're constantly protecting and putting a mattress down there, they just keep jumping off higher cliffs. And you keep thinking, why do you keep doing this? Because you're not allowing them to feel the fall. Okay. So let them fail. That is the most protective thing you can do. Let them fail as early as possible. Obviously not something like catastrophic, but something that hurts, not bad. All right. Number 3, your children, as I said, will push. And yes, that is normal, but it is also your job to keep unhusking them like corn. Every morning, they will slow us back up. Every nighttime. And then every morning, your job is to slowly throughout the day, usually not too much in the morning because teenagers tend not to like the morning time. You unhusk them slowly throughout the day to get those juicy, sweet corn kernels, and then they will close right back up. And you unhusk them very gently. Okay. Only with their permission, of course. But what I mean by that is spiritually finding ways in, figuring out what interests them, what is their language, who are their friends, what's going on in their world, without just asking what's happening for you, just noticing, like, this, hey, I saw you looking at these things and I found this website that looks really cool. Looks like some of the stuff you've been interested in, right? Just like notice, be advantageous for them. Does that make sense? All right. Number 4, let's talk about their friends. They are going to be peer-centric at this time. This does not mean they don't love you. They are learning to build out their own communities, and you want that. Their communities are protective for them. Obviously, there are times where peers cannot have a great influence, but I also want to acknowledge that not all peer pressure is bad. Sometimes peer pressure is exactly what helps your kid who's got a little bit of anxiety say yes to something that they wouldn't have said yes to because their friend is going. So not all peer pressure is bad. And sometimes you've got another kid who's making awful choices, and actually your child is learning from that child's awful choices. So you don't always have to be like, oh, it has to be the perfect kids surrounding my kid. Yes, it's nice when our kids have friends that push them towards wonderful things, but sometimes even friends that you are questioning can be very advantageous in their life, and you never want to step in between that. You really want to support them to figure out their decisions of which friends are helping them make the choices that feel good for them in their lives. This is getting to be their lives. They don't have all the executive function. I'm not saying let them drive the car. Of course, at some point they will be driving the car. It's like a permit. you're still in the car with them for a while, helping hold the wheel, well, not actually, they're holding the wheel, but at some point, right? You're getting ever so slightly off. That's what you're doing here during these teenage years, right? First, you show them, you teach them, they take the written test, they take the driving test, they're doing all the classes. And then at some point, they're there. You're still in the car to help guide some decision making, but you're not actually holding the wheel, right? You're not putting your foot in the well to like press the brake, right? So think about that. That's a good metaphor for actually the teenage years. Lastly is your job as the parent of a teen changes. You are no longer micromanaging all the decisions that they make. You are, which honestly, we want to stop doing even as a toddler, but that's a whole other discussion. But what I want to say to you is the teenage years are in fact very reminiscent of the toddler years, and they're wanting you and not wanting you. So as you parent this teenager, remember what it's like to hold the hand of a toddler walking across a big rocky area. They like want you, but don't want you. They get mad that you weren't there, but don't you dare touch them. And it's very similar with a teenager. And so one of the things you want to understand is you want to parent them from a little bit further out, a little bit more invisibly. Help them, guide them into maybe a coach who can parent them a little bit more directly. You're engaging other people out in the world because they're not turned towards you anymore. They're turned towards the world. So a lot of your parenting can be about helping create world experiences with people that you deem to be in the values and standards of your family that you also know are good for your child's temperament, and you help guide them together so that they have other leaders in their life that are guiding them. And so you are fading out and you are fading other people up in their lives. And that's another great way to be an awesome parent of an awesome teenager. All right, my friends, I hope this has helped you.
Thank you so much for sharing all these things. I'm sure that this is going to help our viewers a lot. And all you viewers, go into the description. I have given Abigail's company's link. Go and reach out to her. Thank you, Abigail, for being with us.
Motherflippingawesome.com. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.